When you think of traveling to the Netherlands, the first thing that comes to mind is Amsterdam. But what if you do not like the crowd? Maybe you're more of an outdoor person, and in that case this video is for you because we want to show you that the Dutch countryside has a lot to offer as well. The Netherlands is a country with many rivers, lakes and swamps, so what better way to explore it from the water? Today we're going on a paddle tour on River the Regge, a place that is a hidden treasure that many tourists will never hear about.
We are now in the eastern part of Holland and we're paddling at the river the Regge, and we're about half an hour gone now, and I found this really nice spot, this really nice campsite, small place, quiet, but it's got a little swamp just next to it, and it looks really nice. I mean, Holland is a small country with really nice spots.
But the Netherlands isn't very known for its wildlife because you don't come across like very large animals like lions or elephants or bears as such. We do have a couple of wolves, but when you go out paddling on the rivers you come across many birds. The Netherlands is actually home to many rare birds as well. So if you're into bird watching, this is definitely a place you should visit. One of the birds that we come across on almost every paddling trip, that's the kingfisher. It's a beautiful bird. It looks almost tropical, like a bird you would not expect here. It's a bit difficult to capture that on camera when you're paddling because well, the GoPro doesn't have a very good image and they are a bit far away. But when you're able to bring across a good camera, then you're in luck. But I'm not brave enough. For that yet because I just worry I drop my camera in the water. But sometimes you don't need to capture everything. Sometimes you just need to be in the moment and just watch what's happening with your own eyes.
I would consider this a very nice place to be. At this moment we're relaxing at the river the Regge and really enjoying the view. It's nice and quiet, and we saw some great animals. Actually in the back we saw some, well, they're not wild horses, but they looked like wild horses, just running around, walking free and not being captured in stables. And it was a great sight. So hey, hello there. Hello. You've got the best spot in town. This is what I'm talking about. Just meeting the animals in nature. He's cute. He's cute. Hello there. And when you're paddleboarding, not only in Holland, but everywhere, you should consider the wind. The wind has a big factor on the enjoyment of the paddleboarding. Like for example, right now we are in a surrounding where there are a lot of trees and bushes, so the wind doesn't catch you. It's always nice to don't have wind, but that's not always an option. And in Holland it's not always that warm, so when it's kind of 20 degrees right now, like now, and you should fall in the water, it's always best to have some kind of wind jacket with you or some extra clothing. When you're getting cold and when you fall in the water you're getting cold, you should have an option to wear an extra jacket, because like now it's not very windy, but when the wind is like 2, 3, 4 or 4, you will have the extra wind chill factor. So bring some extra clothing for when you get cold or wet. Talking about the wind again, when you don't really have an idea which way you're gonna go, I would advise you to choose to go into the wind direction. The wind has a more negative influence on your paddleboarding than the current. Actually now we're going with the current, and when we turn back we're going against it. The current doesn't really get your board, so going with the current or against it doesn't really matter, but the wind really does. So if you don't really have an idea which way you're gonna go, start against the wind. Better option. And then afterwards, when you get the wind to your back, will be like free ride home. Niet zo stevig als hoogte.
Oh.
We're about an hour and a half now gone from our starting point where the car is parked, and we did something like 6 kilometers. And you might think, well, that's really slow. Yes, it is, but that's when because we're stopping loads of time to see the birds and the ponies or the horses, so we stop a lot of time. For us it's really an experience to enjoy nature, and it's not a race. It's not has nothing to do with the race or the distance, but just enjoying this environment. I mean, listen, I'm not hearing any cars, not yelling people, just nature and the animals. So that's the way we like to enjoy it.
It's time to search for a location for a short break. Dutch riverbanks can be overgrown with reeds and nettles, so finding a good spot to get out of the water isn't always easy. Some rivers have designated canoe docks where you can easily get out of the water, but this river isn't one of them. However, we do find a really nice place with a bit more grass, where we can have our lunch surrounded by an army of frogs.
As you can see, the Netherlands has a little bit more to offer than just Amsterdam, especially for outdoor people who just are looking for the peace and quiet and want to spend more time around nature.
Nice and quiet.
I don't know if you can hear it, but it's like a concert of frogs. Well, it's our first time paddling the river the Regge. What is your impression so far?
Nice. Pretty quiet, not at this moment, but I really love the scenery and loads of nice animals we saw. Nice scenery, and it's really nice that this creek is curvy. We like curvy? How do you say it?
Yeah, there are many bends in this river, and that makes it a little bit more exciting. Like you kind of you become curious about what's around the next river bend. I think the best time of year to paddle in the Netherlands would be May to August, September. The weather is a bit warmer then. We paddle through the entire year, but in the winter it can be very cold, it can be freezing. And the Netherlands is also, there are there can be a lot of storms here, so that's really in autumn, in winter, you can't always pedal out on the waters. It's not always safe. So if you're planning a trip here, I would recommend doing that late spring and in summer, but preferably spring, because when everything is blooming, that's when the countryside is at its most beautiful.
So I was talking about the wind a little bit earlier, and now we have slightly backwind, so that's nice. But I know the creek is going to bend about 180 degrees, so then we have it facing forward. So we have to work a little bit harder. Doesn't matter, because we like hard work. But still, best way to work out. If you don't have the energy, just take it a little bit slow. And if you have a big headwind, strong headwind, just work out. Free workout. Yes.
So we're back to our car from our trip. I really enjoyed this river. It
Great
was
trip.
Great river for paddling. It was a great way to explore the countryside. So if you're looking for more paddle suggestions or tips about paddleboarding, then make sure to subscribe.
I will put the location where we parked our car in the description. Description?
Yeah.
And we're gonna put the location where we parked the car in the description. By the way, next to the place where we parked the car, you can also rent kayaks and paddleboards.
Yes, because so if you didn't bring your own, that's no problem at all. You can rent them here, but make sure to check if they're open. But because I can imagine that when you're outside of the season, that they might be closed during winter. So and paddling during winter requires.
It's great.
It's great. We do that, but
Yeah.
it's not for everyone.
Yeah, you have to check out our videos, and you will see some more. Whatever.
Thank you for watching, and we'll see you with the next one.
Okay. Bye bye.